I'm really hungry right now, so I'm gonna keep this intro short and sweet because I just got back from the DMV. I know, riveting. And now I want some soup. And I'm gonna make lasagna soup because it seems like a lot of people are into that and I've never had it before. And so I wanna see what all the hype is about. And I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna tell you what I think, and I'm gonna tell you how to make it so that if it's good, which I'm sure it will be, I mean, lasagna and soup are both good things, how could it not be good? So that you can make it too, if you want to. Yeah, but I'm like really hungry, bro, so we're just gonna get into it. We're no fancy intros, we're just getting into it. Alright, so I'm just gonna start with a little canola oil in here, just a little. And I have this Wegmans plant-based ground. Now the recipe calls for a pound of meat. This is 12 ounces. But we're gonna make it work because I want soup. So I have one yellow onion here. I'm gonna chop. And now the recipe I'm looking at only calls for 4 cloves of garlic. But if you know me, you know I need my garlic. So I'm going to use this whole little pouch here. Maybe like 10, 15-ish cloves. They're kind of small. But I'm going to use the whole thing because I need my garlic. Okay, so our meat looks pretty done, as you can see. So I'm just going to take this out of the pan, and then I'm going to get my onions started. Okay, so I'm going to add in my garlic now. Cook that for another minute or two, and then we're going to add a bunch of other stuff. Okay, now the recipe I'm using calls for something a little bit different, but this is all I have. So I'm going to use a 29-ounce can of this tomato sauce, and I'm going to dump it right in. This broth, this is 7 cups of broth. I'm going to add some parsley. Oh shit. Get mad at me in the comments if you want, but I'm just measuring with my heart. Oregano. And a little bit of basil. This goes back. Now I just need to bring this to a boil before I can do anything else. Alright, so let's give this a try. Hot. Oh, that's so hot. But oh my god, that's so good. Like what? Now, you definitely get the meatiness flavor from the vegan meat, which I like. It's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant flavor. You get that little tang from the tomato sauce. Some savory notes from the onion and the garlic. The spices, I wish I measured them for you so that you could do them the way I did them. But the spices are just right. It's not overwhelmingly spiced. And the noodles cooked in like 20 minutes. I got them from the dollar store, by the way. The dollar store noodles. This is not a dish you can eat without being sloppy, though. I don't know who got possessed first to make lasagna soup. Like, hey, let's break up lasagna noodles and put them in soup. I don't know who's the first person that got possessed to do that. It's a little clunky, but the flavor is out of this world. And so I'll take it. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Like, just the mechanics of eating a lasagna noodle like this are not, like, super great. But the flavor is awesome. So I would recommend this. Maybe even if you wanted to do it with, like, penne or, like, a bow tie pasta, that sort of thing. I mean, it wouldn't be lasagna soup anymore, but it would be a little easier to eat. That being said, if lasagna noodles are all you have, I mean, this is something you can do with them, besides just your standard, typical lasagna. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say about that. I was so hungry. I'm gonna go eat this right now because it's really, really good. It's like, well, it's like lasagna soup. It's like lasagna, except it's in soup form. Pretty much exactly what it says on the can, right? Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Every like, every comment, every view really makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like I'm doing something to help people. And makes me feel like I'm benefiting the world in some way. But yeah, give it a like, give it a subscribe. If you want, no pressure of course, just throwing it out there. And I'll see you in the next one, okay?